Welcome back to Business Breakfast and Bedhead. I actually do these live calls on Instagram. I would love for you to come and hang out with me at them. So if you don't already follow me at Dawn Bradley, DAWN BRADLEY, should have made a song about that. Go follow me there because then you can take part in these live calls and can actually chat with me. But if you can't make them, no sweat. Now they're going to be here. So welcome to Business Breakfast and Bedhead. Buckle up, friend, and let's dive in. I overthink, I overshare, and I overanalyze. So come explore with me as I chat about business, life, and relationships, all through the lens of an anxious creative. Good morning, and welcome to Business Breakfast and Bedhead. Today we're going to talk about how to get clients fast. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to chat with this because you know that I am all about building your clientele, how to do it effortlessly, with action, with care, and without having to try to convince people, with creating a magnetism towards you and your services so that you're not having to try so hard and put so much effort in. So I'm so excited that you're here today. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying this is a safe space and a judgment-free zone where we can show up real, raw, honest, and vulnerable together because we're all in different places in our journey and we're all in different paths. And there is no shame in the game of where you're at, whether you are building your clientele for the first time, whether you're rebuilding after some time away, whether your schedule is just not as booked as it used to be and you're feeling a little bit embarrassed about it or ashamed about it or thinking at this stage of my career I shouldn't be having to deal with having to get clients in, they should just be knocking down the door. Well, I have good news. We're going to teach you how to get clients fast and going to show you that getting clientele is part of the success wheel of the journey. It's not about building a clientele once and never having to do it again. It's about creating a reoccurring magnetism to your services, to your business, to your offer, so that clients are continuing to be attracted to you. Because here's the reality. Clients leave for many different reasons that have nothing to do with you. I have a post, actually, I'm going to repost it, why clients leave. So you guys can check out my feed keep an eye on my feed because I have really great educational content coming up. But clients will leave and open up your schedule for many reasons that have nothing to do with you. But also maybe your prices change, maybe your schedule changes, maybe your services changes, and you have to learn how to market and create a magnetism towards your new offers or your new prices or your new services. And so whatever reason has brought you to the place of needing to get clients in fast, welcome, you're in the right place. Welcome to my page. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'd love for you, if you're here watching live, to put a 1 in the chat if you're excited to learn this. If you're excited for this to be a safe space and a judgment-free zone for you today, where you can show up real, raw, honest, and vulnerable and ask your questions and be heard and be seen and get valuable information. Put a 1 in the chat if you're here for that, because I do these lives for you. Yes, the master color code. Am I saying that right? And is it cat knee hair? Yes, I love it. Ashen nails. Holly does great hair. So good. I love it. So here's the thing. Acknowledging where you're at is the first part of it. This is part of the action plan in building your clientele. So we're going to go through an acronym today so that you guys can learn how to take action in getting clients fast. So first things first, A. I don't have it written here. I had done this before. I don't have my Post-its with me. So you're just going to have to, I go deeper into this stuff inside of my programs. And right now I am promoting my Client Magnet live container that I'm going to be hosting next week for you. And so if you're wanting to get clients fast, you're going to want to DM me about the Client Magnet, or go and look on my highlights where it says client, there's like a little magnet emoji, and get in on this because I haven't done a live container in a very long time. And this is where you're going to get my eyeballs on your business and your specific scenario and helping you build your clientele. So if you're wanting to get clients in fast, you need to take action. And action, it consists of, let's start with the A, acknowledgement of where you're at right now, where you're at and being real and honest about the current situation. Are you ashamed of where you're at? Are you feeling embarrassed? Acknowledge the energy that you're showing up with. Are you ashamed of where you're at, so you're showing up with this fearful energy? Are you embarrassed and being like, I can't tell people I have openings, so I'll quickly put on a quick story and post it once and then hope that people will book in, but I won't talk about it anymore and I definitely won't say anything because I'm so embarrassed. Acknowledge the energy that you're showing up with. That's the first one. And here, I want you guys to know that it is proven neurologically that the more you participate in the chat, the more you either repeat things back that resound with you, put it in the chat, or ask questions or contribute, it actually helps hardwire things into your brain. So if you're wanting to not only be addicted to learning, but allergic to, you're addicted to learning, but allergic to implementing. And if you want to start learning to take action, start taking action in this chat. It also helps me show up with the right energy, knowing that you're getting something from this. So go ahead and put a yes in the chat if learning how to get clients fast takes action, and the first one is acknowledging if you're willing to start acknowledging where you are at your current circumstances and the energy that you're showing up with, put a yes in the chat, because I want to know how many of you guys are ready to acknowledge the place you're at. Ash and Nails, I love that. Acknowledgement about where you're at, make the world pretty. Yes. Bobby B, stylist. Yes, I love it. Leah, Styles. Kat, I hope I'm saying that right. Katney, I want to say. Yes, I love this. So you guys are willing to be honest and acknowledge where you're at. Kendra and Curl Nature, I love this. The Master Color Code, yes. So then the next part of action, I really want to write it out here. I think I have to do it backwards. That's the hard part. You guys let me do this for a second. Let's see if I can write the word action backwards. Does that go? Oh, no, my N is backwards, isn't it? Okay, well, whatever. Nye. Oh, cat nye. Love it. With guy. Love it. Okay. So, acknowledge. Is this backwards for you guys, or did I do it completely? You have to do it. It's like mirror image. So anyway, you guys get it. Acknowledgement for where you're at currently and the energy that you're showing up with. C is have compassion for where you're at. I know a lot of you guys are beating yourself up because you're like, well, I used to be fully booked, or it never used to be this way, or I've been in it this long. And thank you, Color by Chels. And you're not being compassionate. You're being really hard on yourself. You have high expectations. You're maybe a recovering people pleaser and perfectionist. You're picking up what I'm dropping down. Thanks, Kendra. You're the best. And so start having compassion, being like, hey, it's okay to have to start over. It's okay to be back in this place. The one thing I want you guys to know, and this is something that I talk about inside my client building bundle and that we're going to go deeper in the Client Magnet Live container, is the success wheel. We think our careers are linear, that you graduate school, you get the job, you build the clientele, then like whatever you have constructed in your mind of like the ladder to success, you think it's linear, but really it's cyclical, which means building a clientele and creating magnetism towards booking in with you is the epicenter of your career. It's not you attract clients once and then you move on to the next step, the next step, the next step. It's that you are continuing to attract clients. So have compassion with the fact that you right now have to rebuild, or you're back in a place where you need to ask people to book in with you, or you're in a place where you need to figure out how to create a magnetism towards your services so that people are drawn to what you offer and are seeking you out. Have compassion for where you're at. So that is a C. If the C, this looks like we're in a kindergarten class with a kid that's learning how to spell. So if you're ready to, if you're ready to acknowledge where you're at and the energy you're showing up with, and have compassion for yourself, put a yes in the chat. Have compassion, because that's the next one, is compassion for yourself. I want to see the yeses come in. I'm waiting for the yeses until we move on to the next. And yes, I have not love this method. I'm not sure what you mean. The backwards N is sassy and fun. Thank you. Yes. Okay, I love all this. Yes, so good. Yes. You guys are killing it. I love it. Bobby B, stylist. Vintage Beauty by Noelle. So good. This is why I do this. Okay. So then, have compassion and don't worry about the letters. Oh, damn. You just schooled me on my own stuff. I love it. Make the world pretty. Oh my gosh. That is one. I love someone challenging me. And I love that you use my own shit against me. You are my kind of people. And I freaking love that. I acknowledge where I'm at. Acknowledge that I tried to write it backwards, and have compassion. Damn. Laying it down. Do you want to come live and do the rest of this? Because that is good. I love it. Damn. Yeah. Oh, snap. I just got shivers because make the world pretty, I don't want to say audacity because that feels like it's a negative. the guts it can take to like call someone out in like the most compassionate way, never against you. Like that, I have so much respect for you, and I know that you are like my kind of people, and I know that you have what it takes to grow and expand because you're willing. Like that shows me that you understand what I'm saying, and you're picking up what I'm laying down. And I got chills because it's so easy to teach other people what to do and not do it yourself, right? Got some lady balls there. I love it. And there was something else I was going to say about that just like, it gave me shivers. Yeah, I like this girl too, right? Oh, because a lot of people can't handle being called out like that. And I love it because one, it shows me like, hey, Dawn, you're teaching this, but you also got to live it. And what I wanted to say is, I don't think that everyone has to agree with what my perspective and my point of view. And I want people to challenge me. I crave being challenged. I want to be able to, like, if I'm missing a perspective, I want to be opened up to a new perspective. So you are my kind of people because you're not scared to push back. I don't want people blindly following and listening to what I say, right? And I try to keep my stuff broad enough so that knowing that I can share with you what's worked for me, but you have to take the theory and the concept and apply it to you. You can't just copy and paste what someone else has done and expect it to work. And I see a lot of people trying to build their clienteles that way. It's like, I'm doing all the right things. I'm following the checklist. I'm doing the things that's not working. And it's because you're not acknowledging the energy you're showing up with, and you're not having compassion for the fact that you need to create your own approach. So, tangent, but make the world pretty. Holy crap, I love you so much. And that was so good. Okay. So I'm gonna have compassion for myself, and I'm gonna stop talking about that. The T is you need to tackle what's in front of you. Tackle the problem. And like if you've ever watched football, what does a tackle look like? They don't hesitate. They go for it. Meaning you need to if you're gonna take action, you gotta go for it and tackle it. You have to stop hesitating. If they hesitate in football, the person with the ball is gonna go run and get a touchdown. You can't hesitate. You have to tackle. So no hesitation, which means taking messy, immediate, imperfect action. Messy, immediate, imperfect action. Tackle the problem. The I is get inspired. Spend time around people who inspire you and encourage you and see the big picture, AKA what you're doing right now here on this live. If you are excited and motivated and inspired by my story, I built my clientele in under 12 weeks in a city where I knew no one, from the basement of my rental, charging big city downtown prices, and not because I had it all figured out, not because I felt like I was ready, because I was willing to tackle it, because I knew I was good I had good skills, I had good knowledge and wisdom, I was talented. It wasn't the ideal situation, it wasn't the ideal location, it wasn't the ideal environment. But I created an atmosphere with my clients, and I tackled it head on. Stop letting the excuses hold you back and make you hesitate, thinking, well, when this happens, then I will, or when I have, then I will. Tackle it head on. Take messy, immediate, imperfect action. Oh, and then stay inspired. I went back to the wrong one. And stay inspired. Spend time around people who've done what you want to do, who you relate to. Because here's the thing, you can get inspired by someone's story, but if they don't relate to the struggle, or if they haven't been through something similar, like I'm originally from a small town. I was shy, anxious, awkward. I got diagnosed with ADHD 3 years ago. If someone is from a large city, has always had confidence, doesn't struggle with the ADHD, fear of rejection, then applying my methods I might inspire them, but my methods might not work for them because they don't have the same struggle, right? So I just moved to Key West, so same for me. So if you can relate to growing up in a small town, or you can relate to having anxiety or fear of rejection, or being someone who is not super confident, then likely my inspiration, my story is going to be the one that's going to help push you forward. Okay, so stay inspired. Then O is stay optimistic. That energy that you show up with, that energy that you produce into how you go about things. If you're like, well, I'm going to go and do all the things, but it's not going to work, that is pessimism at its finest. And the energy that you hold around something will be the energy you put into it, and will be the energy that people receive. So for example, my live this morning, before I went live, I was like, I am going to give them my all. I know there's people out there that are needing to hear what I have to hear. And so I'm going to show up with the excitement and the optimism of what I'm going to share is going to change someone's career this morning. I know it. I feel it. I'm going to show up with that energy. Now, if I showed up with like, probably nobody's going to show up on this live. They're not really going to understand what I'm trying to say. Nobody's going to get it. They're just trying to like, if I showed up with that kind of energy, I'd probably be here like, you should, my action plan would be kind of cool. You can acknowledge, have compassion, tackle the problem, stay inspired. Like the energy is different, right? And so I knew that one of you or multiple of you needed to hear what I had to say today. So I showed up with the energy of going, it's not me. I like, people ask me to repeat things sometimes. I'm like, it's like a weird channeled message. I just like show up and things come out of my mouth. It's like I know that someone needs to hear what I have to say today, and it's going to change the trajectory of your career. And so I'm going to show up and do my best. And my best doesn't mean it's going to look the same every day. If I was like, didn't have a good night's sleep, my best would look different than, I had a great night's sleep last night. Cool. So stay optimistic. And then N with compassion, because my backwards N, it's right side for me, is navigate the outcome. If you want to truly build your clientele fast, you need to acknowledge the energy you're showing up with and where you're at. You need to have compassion for yourself, tackle the problem with no hesitation, get inspired, stay optimistic, and then navigate the outcome, meaning assess. Did that work? What worked and what didn't work? And then instead of changing everything, this is what I see a lot of people do, be like, that didn't work, and they change everything. But what if you only had to change one little thing? And then it would have all changed the outcome. If you change everything, you'll never know what was working and what wasn't. And so I've built and rebuilt my clientele 6 times on 3 different continents. The last time doing it in under 12 weeks wasn't because I magically got lucky. It's because those 5 times previous, I went, what worked and what didn't work? Okay, I'm going to shift and change this a little bit. So the first time I built my clientele, well, it took way too long. And I realized, hey, I got really good at getting people to come in, but it's taking too long. How can I get better? Well, you know what? The one thing I'm going to change is how many people I talk to. So the next time I built my clientele, I'm going to talk to more people. And so I started playing the odds, right? And then the next time I built my clientele, I was like, okay, I started attracting people, but some of them like didn't stay with me very long. So then I was like tweaking just one little thing each time. And so navigating the outcome means what worked, what didn't work, get rid of what didn't work, stick with what works, and then try something new. And then you navigate that outcome. Did the new thing work and get a better result, or did it not? And then you either keep it or trash it, navigating the outcome. So I'm curious, out of all of these, acknowledge, compassion, tackle, inspire, optimistic, and navigate the outcome, just put the letter A.C.T.I.O.N, acknowledge, compassion, tackle, inspire, optimism, or navigate the problem, or navigate the outcome. What has been your favorite point so far of the action plan of how to get clients fast? Let me know. Just pop the letter in the comments. Yes, I have 3 drinks going on this morning. But I'm so T and O, Kat and I. Yeah, N, Kendra says. Diane says, O. I love it. T says, I am Danny. N says, Ash and Nails. Love it. All right, you guys. Well, if you didn't know, what are they now? I'm curious. What are what now? I don't know what you're asking, Kendra. What are they now? What are what now? Oh, I'm so sorry. Clarify that and I will answer. Stay optimistic, Burgundy, yes. And so, my drinks. Got it. Coffee. Smoothie. Water. And then gum. It's an ADHD office dream. Okay, so what I wanted to invite you guys all to is I'm doing a live container called the Client Magnet next week. I'm delivering these lives. If you can't attend, it's okay if you can't attend all of them live. They'll be recorded and you can submit your questions ahead of time. But I haven't done a live container in so long, and it's because I am wanting to dive deeper. So I have my action plan for getting clients fast. We also will go deeper into the care method of getting new clients in the door and how to talk to new people, as well as my lazy method for getting clients to come back. We're going to dive deep into what's holding you back, how to get past those hurdles, and actually get you clients booking in. The early bird price goes on for a couple more days, and I don't want you to miss out. And so if you want to know more about the Client Magnet, I have in my highlights, when you go on my profile on Instagram, there's those little circles and it says Client magnet emoji. Click on that. You can go through and read more about it. And you can also snag the early bird pricing before it goes away in just a couple days. I don't want you to miss out on it. And honestly, ask yourself, how many openings do I have? How many more clients do I need? Is what's working currently working? And if you got something out of this, I'm going to sneeze. If you got something out of this live this morning, sneezing live on Instagram is always fun. Ready for it? Oh, maybe it's going away. Just imagine, if you get something out of these, just imagine what you would get out of a curated curriculum where you get to ask personal questions to me about your business and get feedback. This isn't another program to sit on the digital shelf and collect dust. I know you've bought so many things before and you have so many things you probably could go through, but here's the difference about the client magnet container. My education isn't about giving you more to-dos and more learning to do. It's about taking messy, immediate, imperfect action. It's about getting you out of your comfort zone. It's about getting you to take action. After each call, we'll have an action plan, right? It's about getting you doing rather than thinking, about learning. You need to stop being addicted to learning and allergic to implementing. God knows you can learn how to build your clientele for free on YouTube or online or through my free products. My paid program, this paid container, isn't about giving you more knowledge to learn. It's about developing the muscle of action taking and helping you navigate through that and push you forward and continue to walk beside you as you do it, help you navigate it as you do it so you're not alone in it. And so if the client magnet sounds like something that would be interesting, Burgundy joined yesterday. I know a few of you that are here have already joined. I'm curious, those of you guys that are who are interested, there's no obligation or expectation to join, by the way. I am not that pushy person. I talk about creating client magnetism for your services. It's the same thing I do. The right people are drawn to what I offer. I don't have to hard sell anybody. I'm just curious, how many of you guys have you joined? Put joined if you've joined already, if you're here live right now. Or if you're interested, just put yes if you're interested. How do I do that? I don't even know. These balloons are wild. But if you're interested in it, I would just love to know, because I want to know who this is speaking to. Or if you get something out of these lives, put a yes as well. The master color code. I love that. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about me going live for me. This isn't about me creating a container for me. It's about being able to actually help you. And I love seeing the results. One of my students got 9 new clients in a week. In a week. Imagine that. And then in my Rock Your Business program, we go deeper into how to communicate to keep clients coming back. Yeah, Burgundy joined. I love it. And Burgundy's someone who's taken my Rock Your Business course, and she joined the client magnet container, because with the client magnet, we're going deeper, right? We're going deeper and wider. And so I'm really excited to do this. I'm really excited. And if you guys have any questions around the client magnet, if you think it's if I haven't been clear enough about what it offers, if you want to know more about it, shoot some questions in the comments. But I'm also going to just open up Q&A, addicted to learning, allergic to implementing. That's the one. I know. And that's how my education is different. I'm not going to tell you more of what to do. We're going to make it really, really simple. Simplifying everything, because I know you're an overthinker and overcomplicator. I know you go and it's because it's a defense mechanism you've adopted to keep yourself safe in the paralysis of procrastinating. So that overthinking, that overcomplicating makes you feel like you're being busy because you're like thinking and planning and strategizing, but it's actually a procrastination technique to keep you from doing. And so that's why that's me. It's like we're the same person. I go in circles. Yeah. And so if you go in circles, this is how you know it's for you. This is how you know my education, whether it be client building, whether it be pricing, whether it be policies, whether it be boundaries, whether it be how to communicate all these things. This is how I know. Kendra and the master color code, Diane, I know you guys would be killer inside my mastermind. And I would love, if you guys want to talk about that, let's talk about that. Because here's the thing, you don't need to know more. You need to do more. And you need accountability and a mentor that's been through what you've been through. And so I can't speak to whether or not I speak to you and what you've been through, but I would love, love, love to have each and every single one of you inside the client magnet. And I want to let you know that I want to have you in there. You were invited to be in there. And, joining the client magnet container is a really good starting point. Right now, the early bird pricing's on, it's $166. That's like, you can pay that back in like one or two clients, and you're going to attract way more of those as long as you're committed to taking messy, immediate, imperfect action. Here's the thing, joining the client magnet and going through the motions will not get you results. It won't. And that could be like the worst thing I could say in like the marketing world of marketing my services. But at the end of the day, like booking a hair appointment and showing up and someone else does the haircut for you, right? Where when you join and invest in yourself and your business, you have to sign up, pay the fee. I give you the education, the motivation, the accountability, the push, the drive, but I can't do it for you. And so you have to be willing to show up, but we will do more together. There is power in numbers. There is power in community. There is power when you are accountable. It has been proven through studies, when you are accountable to a group or a person, your chances of success increase by 96%. And so I want to offer you guys a safe space, a judgment-free zone where you can show up in your complete raw vulnerability, being willing to be messy, to be willing to fail. Those of you guys that are ready to finally get out of your own way, they're ready to ditch the excuses, the overthinking, the going in circles, and do it scared. It's not about waiting until you're not afraid anymore. It's about willing to do it scared. It's about willing to shift your perspective. Sometimes I feel like when I take action and then it plays out, I didn't plan it well enough. Kendra, I feel that way all the time. All the time. I always feel like I've never planned it enough. And that's how you know you're taking messy, immediate, imperfect action. And then what you're going to do is you're going to navigate the outcome. So one, you just acknowledged where you're at. Now, Kendra, I want you to have compassion for that right now where you're at. And you're going to tackle with no hesitation the problem. If that's the cycle that you're in, maybe joining the client magnet is the answer. Tackle the problem. Maybe tackling it is taking messy, immediate, imperfect action and joining the container. To be inspired, to stay optimistic, and then you navigate the outcome. Okay, I didn't feel like I was planned well enough, but I took action and I wouldn't have known if this would have worked or not if I wouldn't. So I acknowledge that I don't feel like I planned enough. I have compassion for the fact that, hey, I tried and I showed up. So now the next thing is I'm going to tackle it again. I'm going to change one thing. Is that helpful, Kendra? I mean, selfishly, I want you in the container. Only you guys know if you're willing to show up and do the work. But the work, you don't have to have it figured out. This is the thing. I see so many people be like, well, I need to figure it out before I join. It's like trying to get fit before you go to the gym. That's not how it works. But I understand spending money before you are guaranteed an outcome is scary. I have done this. I remember being at an event and being like, this lady's going to sell to me and I'm going to watch how she does it. Cause I want to see, I'm like the biggest cynic and skeptic. I'm like, she's going to sell to me. I'm not buying what she's offering, but I'm going to watch and see how she does it. And then at the end I was like, well, shit, I want this thing. Right. And then it was $6,500 US. I'm Canadian. So the exchange rate is in that. And I was like, $6,500 US, which is like $8,000 Canadian. And I remember phoning my boyfriend at the time and being like, I kind of want to do it, but like I didn't have $8,000 in my bank account. And he's like, well, do you think it'll get you, like, do you think you'll be able to earn the $8,000 back plus some? And I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, are you willing to do what it's going to take? And I was like, yeah. He's like, then if you believe that you're going to do what it takes, if you actually trust yourself enough to do what it takes, and you believe that you'll be able to make that money back and more, then go for it. And I was like, oh my God, I never put stuff on my credit card, ever. Like I was brought up to like, don't spend money you don't have. And just to be clear, I'm not telling you guys to do that either. I'm just sharing my story. And so I was like, I believe in myself. I believe in this program. I believe in this person. I believe they're a person of integrity, honesty, and transparency. It wasn't just some like hokey thing. And so I put it on my credit card and I was like, holy shit, I have no choice but to follow through. And so I gave myself no other choice but to follow through. And within 2 months, that $8,000 I invested turned into $25,000 in my business. So I know we're talking on a much bigger scale here, but it wasn't that the program magically created the answer for me. It's that I committed to doing the work, showing up, and following through. Are you committed to doing the work, showing up, and following through? What's the incognito, Kendra? I started messy with head spa inspired by Dawn's quote and it popped off. Yeah, Burgundy, you're like killing it. I love it. Yeah. So if you're willing to fail upwards, because all the stuff that I've ever done, come from like the success that I have was born out of failure. If you're willing to take messy, immediate, imperfect action and show up courageously and vulnerably, doing it scared, and you want to do it alongside people who are going to encourage you, hold you, support you, walk with you, and motivate you, the client magnet is a no-brainer. And I want you guys to get in on the early bird pricing. It's like people will be buying it at the regular price, and I know it's 100% worth it, but I want to give you something because one, you guys show up to these lives day in, day out, and you support me. And I want to make this a really easy decision. It's not about the money for me, and it's not about it having to be a certain price, but I want to be able to make this a no-brainer so that you don't have to think about or worry about the financial side of it. I want you to start getting results. This is a live container. I haven't done a live container, and it's not going to be sold live in the future. So this is your chance to get in live and be able to get my eyes on your business, have Q&A, have me be able to talk with you through your specific scenario. We're going to develop such a tight-knit community. I feel like I'm trying, and it's going to be amazing. I feel like I'm trying to talk to people in person and posting, but not really working out fast enough. Shane, I think the client magnet would be a great container for you. And since you've already joined Rock Your Business, I have a special rate. So DM me and we will get you inside the client magnet with the RYB alumni rate. So I just want to leave it at that. You guys know Zumba is starting. Gotta go. Have a good day. I'm going to go navigate more. Yes, Kendra, I love that energy. Those of you guys that are ready to join the client magnet, DM me. I'll get you the link or go join through the link in my highlights. You already know the answer. I know you're scared. I know you're nervous. I get it. You got to fight the fear and do it anyway because fear will not go away. You just need to push past the fear. There's a difference between danger and there's a difference between danger and fear. You know the difference. I trust your gut. I trust you to make the right decision for you. I know you'll make the right decision for you. And I just want you to know, oh, Diane, you're an RYB? Then heck yeah, let's get you in the client magnet. We got special rates for it. Yeah, and anyone else, if you are ready to join, you know the answer. Your gut knows the answer. I trust you. I trust your gut to make the right decision. If you've got questions, hit me up. You guys are amazing. The early bird closes in just a couple days. So don't hold out on it. Take messy, like the quicker you join, the more I know how you'll get results, because the people who take quick, messy, immediate, imperfect actions are the ones that I know are going to stop hesitating and start tackling the problem. So I know I can tell by your success in the program by how quickly you join. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Stay weird, and I'll see you in the DMs. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast and for tuning into Business Breakfast and Bedhead. Like I said, I would love for you to join me live on these over on Instagram. So once again, just look up Dawn Bradley and let's connect. Shoot me a DM, send me a screenshot, tag me in your stories of listening to this or what you took away from this. Those comments, that feedback really makes my day and helps me know that these things are landing and that you want to hear more. I do these lives and I do this podcast for you to help you, and your feedback means the world to me. And if you enjoyed this episode, help me spread the love. Share it with a friend, a coworker, family member, or leave a review. And make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future episodes. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Until then, friend, stay weird.